Morning, everyone. So made it to Dublin. You can see the boats in the background there. Haven't really done anything here yet except get a good night's sleep. But did want to talk a little bit about Barcelona. Spent the weekend there. It's an amazing city, not just because it's built for tourism and saw some beautiful stuff there, but to think about the change they went through for the '92 Olympics. It was really a massive undertaking by an entire community. We spent some time on tour buses listening to these stories about how it took everyone in Barcelona to come together to transform that city into one that could handle having an Olympics, to get the stadium built. Which, by the way, the stadium was on top of a hill with a two-lane road that was really the only access point, I guess, other than their metro. I can only imagine what traffic was like trying to get 100,000 people up that hill. So maybe not everything was great, but beautiful place. And some of the work they did, when you want to talk about change management, when you talk about large-scale changes, go look at Barcelona. And there's lessons there on how they get people engaged, how they get people to work together. And I think it all centered around the fact that everyone knew up front this was an important change, and that it was going to be in the best interest of the city, the best interest of the people who live there, and it was really going to be a huge change for the future. So somebody there knew what they were doing, and there's a lesson that we could all learn if we take the time to study it. The other side of it, and this just blew me away, was the Sagrada Familia, which is this giant church. I think it's like 90 meters tall now, I think 150 when it's done. They broke ground in 1882, I think it was, and they expect it to be done in 2026. So like 150 years of church building. This thing is massive. It's one of the most impressive things I've ever seen. Look it up on Wikipedia. It has some nice pictures. Of course, it's surrounded by cranes because it's constantly under construction. But they've got one nice big picture that they've pulled the cranes out digitally. You can see what it looks like. Not close to being done. The guy that designed it back in the 1800s knew he'd never see it finished. Knew it would take generations to pull this thing off. But wanted Barcelona to be known for this church worldwide, and it's amazing to me that until I specifically looked up what was in Barcelona to see, I'd never heard of this thing. It's all financed by anonymous donors. It's paid for by, well, like tourism at this point, and I suppose all the little crappy trinkets that you buy, they probably get a cut of that as well. So absolutely an amazing undertaking. I'm not sure exactly what he did to get people bought into this idea, but the idea of building a ginormous church that's going to take 150 years to finish, that's passion, that's commitment, and you got to get a lot of people to go along for the ride there. So there's something special about the people of Barcelona. They know from change, and they know from commitment. So I would love to get to spend more time there and learn a little more about them. But this week we're going to see Dublin. The water's down a little bit, but you can see lots of boats in the background. I suspect we'll be in the office most of the time. So I'll do my best to get outside pictures and outside videos for the little travelogue here. Hope you're enjoying it, and we'll talk to you later on. See ya.